Welcome back to this Academy series on the Coralogix Kubernetes Operator. So let's look at installing the Coralogix Kubernetes Operator using Helm. Before getting started, you should be familiar with Kubernetes, including how to use kubectl to interact with the cluster and have a basic understanding of Helm, the package manager for Kubernetes, which I've already installed on my machine. And of course, you will need a Coralogix account with a team API key that has the correct permissions. I have already created a team key that has all of the permissions for this demo, and for full transparency you can see that there are no alert resources in this account. I am using Visual Studio on my local machine for this demo, and I will create now using a makefile a cluster in Docker. I am using Kind, which is a fantastic open source tool for running local Kubernetes clusters using Docker. And the Kind website has full instructions on how to install and how to use Kind in your local machine. So I've created the cluster that is running in Docker, and this is the control plane, and you can see the logs for that control plane. The Coralogix Kubernetes Operator Helm chart attempts to create a service monitor so that the operator itself can be scraped for metrics by Prometheus. Service monitor is a custom resource definition used by the Prometheus operator to define what services should be scraped for metrics. And later in the next video, we will look at the zero effort required to migrate from Prometheus to Coralogix. I have written a blog on how to migrate from Prometheus to Coralogix, and it's available at the Coralogix site. If you use your favorite search engine with the search criteria, migrating from Prometheus to Coralogix, it will be the first result. So let's then add these two Prometheus operator custom resource definitions. First, I'm going to copy the code snippet just for ease of use. So these have been created, and now let's look at installing and configuring the Coralogix Kubernetes Operator using Helm. The first thing that I need to do is to add the Coralogix Helm repository, which consists of various Helm charts. And I'm going to just copy and paste again for ease of use here. I'm calling the repo that I'm adding locally Coralogix, as you can see, and I'm running the Helm repo update command to make sure my local Coralogix repository is updated with the latest remote repository. Now I want to install the Coralogix Kubernetes Operator, and I'm going to need a few arguments to go along with this particular Helm install command. The first line here is telling Helm to install a release named Coralogix Operator, and that's just a label for this particular installation of the Coralogix Operator chart from the Coralogix repository that I have just added previously. The namespace line then installs the Coralogix Kubernetes Operator into a Kubernetes namespace named Operator Demo. If the namespace then of course doesn't exist, the create namespace argument tells Helm to create it. I next now need two values from Coralogix, one from my account, and that is the account that I'm using for the operator to send telemetry to. And the first thing is the team API key that I mentioned earlier. The chart then creates a Kubernetes secret with this value, so the Coralogix Kubernetes Operator can securely connect to that account. And the second value is my region, and I get that from the team name. And when I navigate to the Coralogix docs to this page, I can see that my region is EU1. And all of this ensures that the Coralogix Kubernetes Operator sends telemetry to the correct backend environment. The last argument sets the reconcile interval for alert resources to 30 seconds. And this reconcile loop is what makes sure the state in Kubernetes matches the state in my Coralogix account. If someone deletes or edits an alert, for example in the UI of the Coralogix account, the Coralogix Kubernetes Operator notices that, and within 30 seconds will recreate the alert. So now that the Coralogix Kubernetes Operator is installed, we can use kubectl to see a list of the available custom resource definitions we have installed. In the next video, I will show you how to create some of these Coralogix resources. So see you in the next video.